Hey everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos. All right, rising country star Brooke Eden is out with a brand new EP. It's called Choosing You. Brooke is becoming one of the most visible LGBTQ artists in the country music genre, and I just absolutely love seeing her soar and accomplish more and more. And I'm so excited to be chatting with her about this new EP right now. How are you, Brooke?
I'm so good. It's so good to see your face.
You too. Okay, so this is so exciting. You've been making music for a long time, but this really is the first big EP. We've got 5 tracks out. It's been out for a little bit, a couple days now. How are you feeling?
It feels so good. I mean, this is really the first project that I was able to fully be in like creative directing it within like my whole team. Like I got to help choose all of the songs and like all the direction and the production, and I co-wrote all of the songs. So it feels very much like I don't know, like showing my babies to the world. And it's
5
so
babies, right?
cool. Yes, yeah.
Let's just run through them because I love Knock is one of my favorite ones. That's the first track. Give us the vibe of what that one's about.
Yeah. It's well, my friends call me Brooke the Truth Eden because you don't come to me for advice if you want like the like, sugar coated version. You come if you want like the hard love that you don't want to hear but you need to hear. So that song is that. It's kind of like the song that you send to your best friend when you know that they're not getting in a relationship what they deserve and it's time to just like move on, honey.
That's right. Okay, Left You for Me is next.
Yeah, Left You for Me, probably my favorite song on the EP. It's about leaving behind anything that keeps you from being the best version of yourself, the most authentic version of yourself.
Was that one that you kind of were inspired by Mickey Guyton a little bit and kind of what she wrote? Is that the right one?
So for me, Left You, so many people when they hear Left You for Me, like relate to it as a breakup song. They're
Right.
like, oh, this is my divorce anthem, this is my breakup anthem. And I love that because I love that it's a story that people can relate to and put it into their own journey. For me, the song was about leaving behind old expectations. So like leaving, I was such a people pleaser for such a long time and just doing what I thought other people wanted me to do. And Mickey was like, honey, who are you doing this for? You
Right.
know? And so, yeah, it definitely is a song about, it's resilience. It's about realizing, oh my gosh, I am living my life in a place that's not authentic to me.
And
And
that's so important. And we don't hear songs with that message. And I think that's so important, especially for our community.
sure.
So thank you for sharing that. Okay, next up is Comeback Love.
Comeback Love. Yeah. Comeback Love is about a sassy, independent lady who just thinks that she just doesn't need anybody else other than herself. She is just good to go, doesn't need love, and then meets that right person. And all of a sudden, all she wants to do is hang out with this person. She just thinks they're super cool. And it's just like comeback love. Like, I never want you to leave me, which is the story of my life.
I was gonna say you could relate to that, absolutely.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Heartless is one of my faves. I love the vibe. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, so this is the oldest song. It's like 6 years old.
Wow.
And I wrote it when I first fell in love for the first time. And I was like, wow, my entire life, I thought something was broken inside of me. I was watching all of my friends fall in love and have these great relationships. And I was just so excited for the relationship to end. I was just like, oh, I'm so excited to not be in a relationship anymore. Like, this just doesn't feel right. And I thought that something was broken inside of me. Like, I thought maybe I'm just like cold and heartless and I just don't have that bone in my body to like really feel that love back for somebody. And then falling in love, it just changed everything and made me realize, wow, nothing's wrong with me. I just wasn't with the right person.
No, I love that. And we'll talk more about love in a little bit. And last on this EP is Off the Ground.
Yeah. This song is just about that moment, you're falling in love with this person. You just feel like you're on cloud nine at all times. You're in a room of thousands of people and it just feels like the two of you and you're on your own little planet. And it's just one of those songs that you can't not dance to, It's just like you can just feel the vibe and feel that just like butterfly honeymoon feeling.
You're gonna have all those feelings. We have a wedding in the works. I know we're getting close.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in Mexico. It's this fall, right?
Yes, it's this October. We're so excited. Yeah, it'll be in Playa del Carmen. And we've been together for 6.5 years, and I seriously still feel like we're in that honeymoon phase, you
Love
know?
that.
It's so fun.
We're of course talking about Hilary, and I love that she's continuing to pop up in some of your music videos, which is great.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like what is the most authentic thing? Hillary and I are pretty much always together, so she has to be in the music videos.
And I love all of these, speaking of all of the things that you've accomplished and done since we chatted last for your last release, I think one of the greatest moments had to have been being on the Opry stage with Trisha Yearwood, which of course Trisha is very close with your fiance Hilary, so it's all connected, which is so great. But tell me about being up on that stage. Trisha Yearwood, her famous song "She's in Love with the Boy" changed the lyric to kind of reflect your situation with your fiance. What was that like?
I mean, when I got the phone call from Trisha, I was just like, "Are you sure? Like, this is a really big stance to take." And she's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, hell yes. I'm an ally, and forever, we say love is love, but nobody really does anything about it from an ally viewpoint." And she's like, I would love to just, put action to the words." And being up there on stage at the Opry, I didn't know what to expect. That's an eclectic, audience. I didn't know what to expect. And when Trisha started explaining, that I had just gotten engaged to Hillary and it was Pride Month, it was all of a sudden, a roar from the audience, a happy roar, a good happy roar. And it was just like, wow, it's very cool to see country music progressing in this way, and there being more inclusivity and just more diversity and more representation in country music, so that everybody can see themselves in country music and not just one certain type of person.
I love that. And speaking of that, do you feel like, I think every time we chat or I see, another LGBTQ artist, there's still pretty, few of you all in the biz, but I do think things are changing slowly but surely. What's the vibe now? You've been making music now for a bit. Like I said, Miranda Lambert, for example, is aware of you. She talked about you when I talked to her, which is amazing. Do you
Wild,
feel
yeah.
like things are happening and moving in the right direction in Nashville?
I really do. Yeah. I think that, there's such an awareness of, the fact that country music has been very white and very straight for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think that, the gatekeepers in Nashville are really opening up the gates for people to start really seeing themselves in country music, and not just white straight people, all the
And
people.
yeah, and that's, why is it right now? It's been like this for a while. I think it's changing, but it's radio, which is not, listen, radio is important. It's not the end all be all, but still radio, it's still so dominated by white, straight male singers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, country radio programmers, they have to be careful. They're like, what's my audience going to think about this? And, they have to be worried about their ratings at all times and all of these things. However, I think that it's only a matter of time until the fans are going to start asking for, all new artists. They're going to be asking for new LGBTQ artists and Black artists and Latino artists and artists. Then we just want new, and we want what's fresh and like what's happening. And I think the world is just going in this very, progressive state, and country music can't just be left behind. So I think that more and more visibility and representation will create more demand for us to be played on country radio.
I know you and Lily Rose make very different music, but I love that you're both in this movement and this time together as both being LGBTQ women in the country music space. Have you been able to kind of meet and kind of bond and compare stories and stuff like that?
I feel like we really need to do that more. What's
Yeah.
funny is when Hillary and I got engaged, when I proposed to her I was at the Virgin Rooftop Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee, and it just so happened that Lily and her at the time girlfriend were sitting at the pool. They're just like poolside, and they were like, she was like, "Wait, did you guys just get engaged? By the way, I'm Lily," and I'm like, "By the way, I'm Brooke." Well, of course we
I
knew who
love
each
that.
other were, and she sent over like a whole cooler of beers for me and like all of our friends and was just like, "Congratulations." And I just thought that was like such a classy move. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, Lily," you know. So we definitely need to like bond more on our experiences and talk about like how we can help each other. But I think I just think she's such a badass, and I love their story. I love their love story. They're so cute.
So cute. What's next on the list? Are we touring? Are we gonna do some shows? I mean, it's so funny. It's like the album, your EP just came out, and everyone's like, "What's next?" It's like you can't even
Yeah.
enjoy the. But what is, are you hitting the road? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, so I have a few shows coming up. I'm playing in Atlanta on October 8th for Atlanta Pride.
Amazing.
Yes, I'm playing the Island Hoppers Festival. It's a songwriters festival in Fort Myers, Florida in September. And yeah, I just have some other like private shows here and there, but I would love to be on a tour soon. It's just like, wow, life is really crazy right now.
It
The
is, yeah.
music industry is really, really wild, and I think everyone's just trying to like get their bearings again. So for right now, just like putting out music and hopefully more and more music, and until October, I'm kind of like ball and chained to a wedding.
And I feel like after that wedding, you're gonna have a whole new songwriting inspiration happen to create more amazing music, right?
I literally already have like an entire EP written. Let's go.
Who's on the dream list to record or collaborate with?
Mm, I mean, in country, Miranda, um, Dan and Shay and
Oh
Old
yeah.
Dominion would be like a cool. I feel like those are like my three like loves.
I love that. And it's like I can totally see all of that happening. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah, and then in pop, we have to talk about Bruno Mars.
I mean, that could be incredible too.
I would love to do something with Bruno. That would be so sick.
We are encouraging all LGBTQ people to vote, make their voice heard, whatever it is.
Mhm.
How important is it that our community just shows up, gets registered, checks their registration status, and then actually goes out and makes their voice heard and vote?
Oh my gosh. It's of the utmost importance, especially right now with everything going on in our country. Hillary and I just early voted last week, right before we left for California. And I think that if you do nothing else, you must vote. We as a community must vote so that we can keep our rights, period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Well, Brooke, it is a pleasure to catch up with you. Best of luck with the wedding in Mexico in October. And just a reminder, everyone, you can get Brooke's EP. It's called Choosing You, 5 great tracks, and it's available to stream right now. And I cannot wait to see the next music video. I can't wait to see the wedding pictures. But Brooke, have a great rest of your day and best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Anthony. So good to see you.